Fenrir, the monstrous wolf from Norse mythology, has captured the imagination of people for centuries. This powerful and evocative symbol embodies themes of chaos, strength, rebellion, fate, and transformation, making it a fascinating subject for both scholars and enthusiasts alike. As we delve into the world of the Fenrir, we will explore its origins, meaning, and significance, as well as its continued impact on modern culture and the enduring appeal of Norse mythology. Fenrir's story begins with his birth to the infamous trickster god Loki and the giantess Angbor. This unlikely pairing resulted in the creation of three fearsome offspring: Fenrir the wolf, Hel the goddess of death and the underworld, and the colossal sea serpent. Each of these siblings would come to play a significant role in Norse mythology, with Fenrir being the most dreaded of them all. Fearing Fenrir's strength and knowing that only evil could be expected of him, the gods devised a plan to bind Fenrir with a magical chain called Gleipnir, which was forged by the dwarfs and appeared deceptively light and supple. When Fenrir agreed to be bound by the chain, he demanded that one of the gods place their hand in his mouth as a sign of trust. The brave god Tyr volunteered, and when the chain proved unbreakable, Fenrir bit off Tyr's hand in anger. Fenrir's imprisonment, though seemingly successful at first, would not last forever. As foretold in the prophecy, when Ragnarok began, Fenrir would break free from Gleipnir, his immense strength and ferocity unleashed upon the world. The great wolf would then engage in a fierce battle against Odin, the Allfather, ultimately devouring him and causing the very destruction that the gods had so desperately tried to prevent. In the end, Fenrir would meet his own demise at the hands of Odin's son, Vidarr, who would avenge his father's death and bring an end to the terror of the monstrous wolf. Now, let us move into the origins of the myth. It would be appropriate to think of the Fenris wolf as a symbol of the earth in the winter season. The Norse gods seemed to be afraid of the winter season going on too long. With the snowfall getting greater and greater and the deadly cold, the winter could be thought of as piercing and biting, just like a wolf, and it kills most life it eats or covers with snow. The Fenris wolf was brought up at home by the gods, which would seem that both Tyr and the Fenris wolf would be found in the same general place, which seems most likely to be in the sky. The god Tyr was friendly with the Fenris wolf, since Tyr was the god of war and wolves eat the dead on the battlefield, and Tyr as the god of war caused or gloried in these battles. The god of war would seem to feed the wolf with corpses after waging war, and these battles began in the spring. The Fenris wolf likely represents a symbol of the winter season in Scandinavia. It must be associated with a constellation that heralds the onset of winter and remains in the sky for the whole winter, and the constellation must also be able to swallow Odin. The constellation that best meets the requirements for the Fenris wolf is the constellation Pisces, which has heralded the onset of winter since the beginning of the age of Pisces, or about the last 2,000 years. While it is somewhat surprising to think that a constellation with two fish could be thought of as a wolf's mouth, it is even more remarkable that many illustrations of Pisces and Aries over the centuries depict the foreleg of the ram in the space between the ribbons of Pisces, what I would describe as the hand of Aries, or Tyr in the jaw of the Fenris wolf, that is Pisces. The sword that was stuck in the mouth of the wolf is simply the sun. The sword of Frey can be identified as the sun, and this same sword still props open the mouth of Pisces to this very day. Pisces jaws, with the upper fish as the upper part of the mouth and the lower fish as the lower part of the mouth, span approximately 42 degrees of celestial longitude. This is a remarkably coincidental number given that a wolf has 42 teeth in its jaw.